Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're going somewhere maybe a little unexpected. We're tackling the global vacuum cleaner market.
Right.
Might sound mundane, but stick with us. We're digging into the latest data from cognitive market research. The mission, to see where this market is, where it's going, and honestly, what surprises are hiding in plain sight.
And what's fascinating here is, well, it's how this everyday appliance, something we all pretty much have, actually gives us a window, a really clear view into some major global shifts, consumer habits, economic development. It's more than just cleaning.
That's a great way to put it. Okay, so let's jump into the numbers then. Cognitive market research, they're known for these detailed consumer goods reports. They found the global market was already over $11 billion in sales revenue back in 2021.
11 billion, yeah. That's not small change.
Not at all. A big number for something so, well, ubiquitous.
And if we connect this to the bigger picture, the growth forecast is pretty remarkable. So that $11 billion, it's expected to hit around $16.5 billion by 2025. And then, get this, it basically more than doubles again to over $35.4 billion by 2033.
Wow, double-digit growth then.
Exactly. We're talking a 10% compound annual growth rate CAGR just between 2025 and 2033. That kind of steady, strong growth for, a household staple, that really makes you take notice.
Definitely a significant leap. Okay, so to really get a feel for the dynamics, we need that regional breakdown, right? That's where things often get interesting. Let's start with North America. Big chunk of the market in 2021, over $4.4 billion. And it looks like it's keeping that momentum, projected to hit, over $13.5 billion by 2033?
That's right. And within North America, no surprise, the U.S. led the way in 2021, over $3.1 billion there. That's projected to grow to over $9.2 billion by 2033. But here's a little detail I found interesting, Canada.
Oh, yeah.
Their CAGR is actually higher, a strong 10.756%. That's, faster than both the U.S. and Mexico.
Outpacing them. Any thoughts on why?
Could be several things. Maybe faster adoption of newer tech, like robotics, or perhaps housing trends. It's just a really dynamic market up there.
Interesting. That faster Canadian growth is definitely something to watch. Okay, let's hop across the Atlantic. Europe. Okay, let's unpack this. Europe's 2021 number was around $2.7 billion. And it's projected to grow to just over $8.1 billion by 2033. Still significant growth, but maybe a different story unfolding.
Well, yes and no. Germany was the biggest piece of the pie in 2021, over $630 million. Pretty standard. But look at the growth rates. Luxembourg. It stands out with this exceptionally high CAGR, like 12.439%.
Luxembourg, wow. Okay.
And even more striking, perhaps, is the category rest of Europe. So countries outside the usual suspects, their collective CAGR is projected at a very rapid 16.11%.
16%, that's huge. What's going on there?
That's the question, isn't it? Could be anything. New housing booms, maybe rising incomes in areas that were less developed before, or even just a big shift towards those pricier premium vacuum models.
Yeah.
It really points to these concentrated pockets where demand is just accelerating.
Yeah, fascinating stuff. Okay, shifting gears again, let's look at Asia Pacific. This region felt significant too, right? Around $2.3 billion back in 2021.
Yes.
Projected to hit nearly $8 billion by 2033. And the CAGR looks strong there too, 10.411%. Looks like a real engine for future growth.
Absolutely. Asia Pacific is key. China's leading the charge there, expected to reach over $2.9 billion by 2033. Their CAGR is strong too, 10.648%. If you're talking about sheer potential, keep an eye on India.
India, higher growth.
Even higher, projected CAGR of 11.186%.
11.1%.
Yeah. That tells you so much, doesn't it? Expanding middle class, massive urbanization, just this growing demand for modern home conveniences. It's a clear signal of, major economic change happening.
Okay, so we've...
This audio was created with Podcastle.ai.
It's a clear signal of, major economic change happening.
Okay, so we've covered North America, Europe, Asia Pacific. Here's where it gets really interesting, I think, when we look at the other big regions. South America, the Middle East, and Africa. Maybe smaller shares now, but the growth rates, they tell a story, right?
They absolutely do. Let's run through them quickly. South America, nearly $666 million in 2021, projected to grow to almost $1.9 billion by 2033. Solid growth. The Middle East started at over $586 million, expected to reach just over $2 billion by 2033. And look at their overall CAGR, 10.74%. Pretty notable.
Yeah.
And within that, the UAE is showing an 11.136% CAGR. And the rest of the Middle East, even higher, booming at 13.326%.
13% again. Similar to that rest of Europe trend.
Kind of, yeah, but the region with the highest projected growth overall.
Africa.
Africa. Okay, lay it on us.
Started from just over $507 million in 2021, but the projected CAGR is the highest regionally, 11.798%, expected to reach over $1.8 billion by 2033.
Almost 12% CAGR for the whole continent. Exactly. And look at specific countries driving that. Nigeria's AGR is projected at 12.33%, South Africa at 11.977%. This raises an important question. What does this acceleration, especially in Africa and parts of the Middle East, really signal? It's more than just, rising incomes. It suggests a real shift towards convenience, towards modern appliances as cities grow and living standards tick up. It's a marker of global economic rebalancing, really.
So what does this all mean? We've gone through a lot of numbers here. We started with, just vacuum cleaners. But we've seen this impressive path from $11 billion to a projected, $35 billion market by 2033. I think the big takeaway for you listening isn't just the sheer size or growth. It's how this seemingly everyday item, it's actually a powerful lens. It shows these deep economic insights, how consumer needs are changing fast, especially with urbanization and better living standards spreading across the globe.
Precisely. And maybe the final thought to leave you with is this. What does it really tell you about the world when a mature product like a vacuum cleaner shows such sustained, significant global growth? It's not just about cleaner floors, is it? It's about the spread of technology, this global demand for making life a bit easier, and how development continues reshaping our homes and lives, really, one appliance at a time. When we track the cutting edge of tech, it's easy to miss industries that seem, pretty ordinary. We think innovation is all flashy gadgets, right? But what about something like a vacuum cleaner? Today, we're kind of pulling back the curtain on this because, honestly, it's not just about cleaning floors anymore, this market. It's actually, believe it or not, seeing some really surprising tech advancements and serious growth.
Yeah, exactly. And that's really our mission for this deep dive, to explore these powerful forces shaping what seems like a simple market.
Yeah.
The sources we've looked at, especially from cognitive market research, they show so much more than just, how to get rid of dust. We want to uncover the insights driving this whole cleaning revolution and, crucially, what it means for you and, the future of your home.
Okay, so this market expansion is pretty incredible. What's really pushing it? What are the main drivers behind all this growth?
It's fascinating, actually, how much it connects to these huge global shifts. Rising urbanization is one, big one, and increasing disposable incomes. As more people move into cities, you see this boom in smaller living spaces, right? Apartments, high-rises. These places don't just need cleaning. They need smart space-saving solutions.
Right, smaller spaces, maybe less time.
Exactly. And it's not just more people in cities. It's also a shift in thinking. Convenience, smart tech, they're becoming essentials, not luxuries. With these fast-paced city lives, people aren't just buying a cleaner, they're buying back time, especially, with dust and pollution being bigger issues in urban areas.
That makes a lot of sense. Time really is the ultimate luxury these days. But you mentioned tech innovations, too, as a big booster. Can you give us some specific examples? Like, how is technology really changing what a vacuum can even do?
Oh, absolutely. This is where things get, really interesting. Robotic vacuums. They're not just those things bumping around anymore. They're now packed with advanced AI, sophisticated sensors, cameras, even LiDAR.
LiDAR, like in self-driving cars.
Pretty much the same idea, light detection and ranging, using lasers to make these super detailed maps of a room so they can map and clean all by themselves, navigate tricky layouts, adapt to things left on the floor, even learn your home over time.
Wow. Yeah, my old one definitely didn't do that. It sounds like late years ahead. So it's not just the robot itself, then, is how it fits into the smart home picture. What does that integration mean for the user?
Yeah, zooming out, it means control becomes almost visible, totally seamless. You can manage your cleaning using your phone or just, tell your voice assistant to handle it. Truly hands-off.
So you could be at work and tell it to clean up before guests arrive.
Exactly. Like there was this partnership back in February 2025, Chinese AI startup, DeepSeek, teamed up with big brands, Hair, Hisense, TCL. Their whole goal is putting advanced AI models into these vacuums.
This audio was created with podcastle.ai.
TCL, Their whole goal is putting advanced AI models into these vacuums so they can understand complex commands, navigate better, clean more efficiently. It's pretty impressive. And just back in December 2023, Samsung brought out their bespoke Jet AI. Cordless stick vac, but with huge suction power, 280W, and these AI smart cleaning features. The real insight, I think, is how this level of autonomy changes your whole relationship with cleaning. It goes from being a chore to, well, just background service, like turning on a light.
That is quite a vision. But doesn't it sound a bit, I don't know, overkill for a vacuum cleaner? For the average person. Are we really ready for vacuums that, think? Because innovation usually comes with challenges, right? What are some of the maybe hidden costs or limitations slowing things down, even with all this growth?
That's a really important point, the long-term commitment. The tech is cool, no doubt, but ongoing maintenance, repair costs, that can put off more budget-conscious buyers. Think about it. Filters, brushes, motors, dustbins, they all need regular upkeep to keep working well. And HEPA filters, specifically high-efficiency particulate air filters, they're great for allergens, but you have to replace them pretty often.
Right.
And those costs add up over time, sometimes more than people initially budget for.
Okay, so even basic upkeep isn't always cheap. What about the really smart ones, the robotic ones with all the sensors and AI? Do they have their own unique repair issues?
Oh, definitely. Those robotic models with all that complex tech, they can be particularly prone to expensive repairs if the sensors or the mapping systems go wrong. It's not like swapping out a belt on an old upright vacuum,
Yeah.
That potential for a big repair bill, that can be a major barrier for some people thinking about investing in a high-end robot. It's that classic trade-off, isn't it? Advanced features often mean more complex, potentially costly maintenance down the line.
Yeah, convenience definitely comes at a price sometimes. Okay, so looking past those hurdles, where's this technology heading next? Beyond just our homes, what are the new frontiers?
One really interesting area is the expansion outside of just residential use, the rapid growth in hospitality and healthcare. That's actually becoming a key driver for demand. Think about commercial places, hotels, restaurants, hospitals, clinics. They're investing more and more in industrial-grade vacuums, wet-dry ones, even robotic systems.
For hygiene, I guess, and efficiency.
Exactly. It's not just about keeping the living room tidy anymore. It's about maintaining really critical public health standards, often on a massive scale. It's actually kind of amazing when you think about the sheer amount of data a modern robot vacuum processes, mapping and navigating. It's probably more than some early computers handled in a day.
That's quite a leap. From tidying a bedroom to potentially helping sanitize a hospital wing. Wow. And we hear so much about the Internet of Things, IoT, and smart homes. How's that playing into these cleaning devices?
IoT is huge here. The adoption of these IoT-enabled smart vacuums is really pushing things forward. They've got Wi-Fi, cloud integration, real-time data tracking.
So you can see what it's doing, get alerts.
Precisely. You can monitor and control cleaning from anywhere, set schedules, get notifications if it needs maintenance, like a filter change. When you put it all together, this fusion of AI and IoT, it's making smart vacuums a really integral part of the modern smart home. They're not just standalone tools anymore. They're becoming connected devices in our intelligent living spaces, feeding data, working within that larger ecosystem, and that's just driving the market even more.
So there it is. What started out seeming like a pretty simple appliance just for cleaning floors has really evolved into this smart AI-powered device, shaped by, everything from global trends like urbanization and changing attitudes to some incredible tech innovation. But as we discussed, it's also facing those very real challenges around maintenance and repair costs that can, catch some people by surprise.
Absolutely. Which leads to a really interesting thought, perhaps, for you to consider. As AI and IoT get woven deeper and deeper into basically everything around us, all these devices, how might our actual perception of cleanliness, of convenience, even what we think of as a chore, how might all that continue to change?
This audio was created with Podcastle.ai.